Hi there. So we're going to just quickly talk about how to start a corporation in Louisiana, and go over our tutorial here, and we'll sort of walk you through the general overview of the process here. So whether you're a pre-existing foreign corporation or you're a domestic corporation, or someone who'd like to start a brand new corporation, that is, you're going to of course need to file with the Secretary of State. You're also going to need to file with the Department of Revenue and the Louisiana Workforce Commission. Now this can be accomplished by creating a GoBiz account. You can file for all three at the same time. They've consolidated it into one online portal, which is great. I totally recommend going for that. The alternative is downloading the PDF of either the Articles of Incorporation or the application for authority here on our website, filling it out on your computer, printing it off, and then sending it in to the Secretary of State, after which you're going to need to apply for an employer identification number, and then you're probably going to need to file with the Department of Revenue and create some accounts with the Louisiana Workforce Commission. If you're starting a foreign corporation, you're going to need to pay $125. Domestic entities are going to be $75. First thing you're going to want to do is, if you plan on filing online, which I assume that you are because it's 2016, at least it is when I've made this video, instead of performing a business entity search, which is the first step that we recommend on pretty much all the other states, you're going to want to perform a name reservation. Now, the reason for that is it's going to 100% guarantee that your name is completely original and completely unique to you, and it's also going to be able to give you an employer identification number on the IRS website. Both those pieces of information are going to be crucial in your online filing process. Also, you don't have to worry about the filing fee because it will be subtracted at the end of the filing process from your total cost. If you click on each one of these, I'll scroll down a little bit here, show you guys. Each one of these tutorials, they'll walk you through the online process, and it'll show you that you can change a name reservation into a business registration using the GoBiz account. Now, if you don't plan on filing using GoBiz, you don't want to create an account, you want to avoid all that hassle, you can still perform a name reservation because it'll, of course, reserve your name for a period of either 60 days for nonprofit corporations or 120 days for profit corporations. Now, nonprofit corporations are going to have the luxury of being able to renew it for 2 30-day cycles. So it's essentially just 120 days. Why they did it that way, I'm not sure. So, assuming that you have your name, you've chosen it, it's completely original, and it's reserved, and you have your employer identification number on hand, you can go ahead and finish with, or start filing online. If you're planning on doing the paper filing, all you need to do is just have your name reservation on hand. So if you've logged into your GoBiz account, you can answer all the questions. It's quite a lengthy filing process. They ask quite a few questions, especially once you get to the Department of Revenue's part of it. You get to fill out quite a few applications if you qualify for most of the taxes, which is the case for a lot of corporations. But once you're done, you're going to be able to pay the filing fee. So step 3 is assuming that you've filled out all the necessary paperwork for all 3 departments, or downloaded the PDF, filled it out on your computer, and printed it off, and you have it there waiting for you. Now, if you're a foreign entity, you're going to need to provide a certificate of good standing as well. So attach that along with your original PDF that you printed off. Now, the payment of the filing fee can be done by credit card. You can, it's mandatory if you do it online by credit card. You'll see at the end of the filing process that there is some empty fields there for you to put in your credit card number, etc. The same can be said for the transmittal form, which you'll notice is the first form that you presented with when you download the PDF. On the top they'll have, like expedited fee. You can check that off if you want $30. Or they also have, or if you want an expedited filing process, it'll cost you $30 rather. Then they have the credit card number and the expiry date if you want to do it that way. Or you can attach a check made payable to the Secretary of State for the total of the filing, which will be, as I said, $75 for domestic, $125 for foreign. So you have the filing fee taken care of. Once you've paid online, click checkout and file. You'll see it's really obvious at the bottom. And then you'll be brought back to your dashboard, and you'll probably see like in progress or something in your filings. And once it's been approved, it'll move to your businesses, and then you're ready to go. The last step is just mailing in your filing form and your filing fee, and if you're foreign, certificate of good standing to the Secretary of State, which happens to be this address here, and await correspondence from them to confirm. Now, a few tips. I mean, we call them tips, but they're pretty necessary. Employer identification number. This is, as I said, something you need to get before you start filing if you're filing online. Regardless, though, if you plan on hiring employees and paying them, you need to have an employer identification number. Also, if you want to open a bank account, apply for a loan, buy stocks, anything like this, you need an employer identification. You can get it from the IRS. They use it to recognize you as a tax-paying entity. So it's not just corporations that need it. Partnerships, limited liability companies need it as well. So we have an online tutorial and a PDF tutorial. I don't mean that you can download a PDF of a tutorial. I mean it'll walk you through the PDF filing process or application process for the IRS employer identification number. Corporate bylaws. This isn't legally required in Louisiana the way a partnership agreement is, but it'll relay all the different rules and regulations for how the employees of your corporation will need to operate under, and it'll sort of relay the relationship between the initial incorporators and the corporation itself. So it's a little vague. You also want to relay, oh shoot, what happened here? Sorry about that. On it, you'll notice, because we have a free template here, you'll notice that there is provisions on the manner in which the board of directors is to be elected and the power that they hold, the capital contributions of each shareholder of the company, the power that they have. Pretty much everything that isn't in the original articles of incorporation, you're going to want to incorporate into the corporate bylaws. And finally, renewal. Every company needs to renew each year by filing their annual report. So they'll give you a notification on your GoBiz account, or they'll send you a postcard, although the postcard system is going to be discontinued after 2016. But it'll be 1 month before the anniversary of your initial filing with the Secretary of State. They'll give you 30 days in which you can file your annual report. It's super easy. You just log onto the account. Sorry, not your account, but just to the Secretary of State website. Navigate there. We have the link directly to the annual report page here. And you enter your charter number and your renewal ID, and then you'll be presented with all the different information that they have on file of your business. If anything has changed over the past year, you just click edit, change it, pay the filing fee, submit it, boom, you're done. In the future, they're going to start the postcard renewal system, and they're going to insist that everyone get a GoBiz account and file it that way. So once you're on your GoBiz account, I think you saw the tutorial link earlier, you'll notice how easy it is to file your annual report. And that's all there is to it, guys. I hope that was helpful. As I said, feel free to click on our tutorials for more detailed instructions for your corporation type and your filing process. Best of luck.